Yeah! What's up? It's a gross way to start that, little grunting. I don't know. Why not? How's it hanging, ladies and gentlemen? Started the stream a little early, because why not? Felt like it. How's everyone hanging out tonight? How's everyone hanging tonight? A little to the left, a little to the right, down low, take it slow. You know what I'm saying? No? You're like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying, Jake. Ashley, what's up? Hi. The answer is no. Scream 7 is not the final chapter. I love pitching a question in my title for streams. It always gets the conversation flowing a little bit. So this is one I wanted to touch on today about Scream 7 being the final chapter in the Scream franchise. Is that something we want or no? Because I'm kind of with Wrestling God on this one. I'm kind of a no. I wanted to keep going. See where else the Scream franchise can go. I love it too, Kaiju Godzilla production. Welcome, my friend. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Love the name. Got to get through some more Godzilla movies. I've only seen a couple of them. Villain Killin' Dylan. Yo, what's up, VKD? Saying Ghostface lives on even if the franchise ends. Spooky. And even, if we decide this is the last one with the legacy characters, just call it Ghostface and keep going. Keep giving us some good murder mysteries, man. That's what I'm saying. I love them. I love these movies. They're so much fun. Ashley S. is with us tonight. What's up, Ashley? How's it going? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a Killjoy Cult member as well. Hello. King Parham, hello. What's up? Thanks for being a Killjoy Cult member too. Holy shit. Look at that. All these wonderful people in the chat. I love it. Football season has started. Very nice. It's tough to be a football fan in Ohio. I mean, unless you're a college football fan, that's great. Go Buckeyes. But if you're an NFL fan in Ohio, okay, welcome to Disappointment Island, as I like to call it. Liam Major is saying, Jake, have you watched Dylan's new Nightmare yet? No, I got to watch that though. I've heard very good things about it, so I want to check it out at some point. Caden is saying definitely not the Scream 7. I hope it's not the last one. We need more. We need more Scream films. Yes, we do. Wow, that's crazy, Marcus. He just said the same thing I did. You want to be in it? I do too. I want to be in it too, man. Robert Ellis is saying that's keep the Scream party going. Keeping it going. Keep that running around. I love it. Jake, is that you? It is I. It is I. Kilithan Jake Joyeth. That is my name. Don't wear it out. Jake, I just joined your Patreon. Thank you. But for whatever reason, I can tell in the chat, no badge or anything. Did you join Patreon or channel members? Because if you join Patreon, you don't get the badge, unfortunately. I wish you did. If you're Chris B, though, I've been meaning to send you a message, my friend. So thank you so much for that. I do really appreciate it. I was going to send you a little message and be like, thanks for joining the Patreon, man. It means the world to me. Means the world. Thank you for your support, my friend. Yes, you get the badge if you join on channel members, but if you join on Patreon at certain tiers, you get stickers. So I can't do the stickers through channel members here, which is unfortunate. But what I would recommend doing is, like, if you want to do Ghostface tier, I would do it channel members, and then if you want to do Jason or Freddy, I would go through Patreon personally. Just because I think you're at Jason and Freddy, you get the fun stickers. And also, it's a little easier for me to message you over there about, like, setting up a podcast or whatever if you join the Freddy tier stuff. So that's my recommendation. But enough of that fun shit. Let's talk to us other friends out there. RJ's hanging out with us tonight, saying just got back from my first Spirit Halloween trip. Very nice. Very fun. You got a bigger store this year. Nice, dude. Nice. I'm excited to see what else they decide to throw at us this year. I know they got some Killer Clowns from Outer Space Funko Pops, which look really cool. There's a lot of stuff I want to get. I'm just not enough money. I would buy that whole damn store if I had money, which would be bad, but but it's so cool. I can't help it. Such a fun place. Horror Den is saying the synchronized blade wipe by the two ghost faces lives rent-free in your head. Me too, my friend. Me too. That is like one of the coolest scenes in Scream history, man. I fucking love it. Scream Cream is saying, what's up? Chillin', killing. I hope so, my friends. What's up? Mr. Rick is hanging out with us tonight as well. What's up? How's it going? We'll talk about this more in the podcast, but for right now, I think 7 should be the end of that story, just like 1, 2, and 3, and then start with 8 with a new story in the Ghostface world. Yes, I 100% agree with you, my friend. I think this should wrap it all up with the legacy characters and new characters alike and start fresh. That's kind of how I feel. This franchise needs a reset big time, in my opinion. Unless they decide to kill off some characters in the next one, I just can't see it. I can't see it happening. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in 7. If they want to have their cake and eat it too, and they want a big old happy ending, then they got to do a reset, in my opinion. And then 7 might suffer because of that, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm worried about 7 though. They got a big agenda. Viewer Anon posted something on Twitter today that I agreed with, saying he doesn't really envy the filmmakers. They have a big list of demands that need to happen for this next film, or it's just not going to be good, which is kind of a shame. I think that's what's tough about this next film, is because they left so many people alive. Now it's like they have to kill a bunch of legacy characters in the next movie. It's going to be emotional death after emotional death if this new movie is going to be good. And you got to pace those things. You can't just give me death after death after death of legacy character. Like I think about Judy's death. I thought that was done really well, because you get Judy's death, you get Wes's death, a character you don't really care that much about, but maybe a little bit if you like Dylan Minnette, followed then by the death of probably the most upsetting death of the whole film, old Dubert. So like you can't just give me like everyone dies. It's just gonna be like, oh god, that's gonna be like one after another after another. You got to give me some build up to it. I think everyone deserves a scene if this is gonna be the ending of a legacy character like that, in my opinion. Trevon King is saying 2000s had some of the most underrated horror movies of all time. I completely agree. It's a generation that gets shit on a lot for its horror movies, and I think that's a shame. I think the early 90s are way worse. Like early 90s horror is late 90s is great, and then the thousands is just fantastic all the way through. There's so many hidden gems that people don't talk about. Everyone just thinks about Platinum Dunes when they think of the thousands, and that's a shame. Like sure, Texas Chainsaw, Friday the 13th, great movies, but they also have made some other remakes that are not talked about so fondly. And I think that's a shame that that's the one thing we think about when it comes to the thousands. We don't think about The Descent. We don't think about Saw sometimes. Sometimes we think about Saw, which is good. But like, there's so many good movies that came out during that time period, man. Frailty, Joyride. Those are 4 off the top of my head. That's pretty good. Orphan, 2009. Great time period for horror movies, in my opinion. The most underrated, I think ever. Caden is saying not having the same reoccurring killer like Jason or Freddy, I think, is the reason the Scream franchise can continue pushing out movies. Yes, there's always a fresh killer / story to keep it interesting. So let's not sacrifice that in a new movie by bringing back old killers, my friend. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Just new killers, new stories, new characters. That's what this franchise needs to do to thrive. Yurdy G is saying, I just got some Halloween Horror Nights merch in the mail. Very nice. What do you want me to get for you while I'm there? Oh my god, dude. I gotta just come. You see, you're guilt tripping me into this, Yurdy G. I gotta just come down there with you. I want to so bad, man. The houses this year look fucking awesome. We got Evil Dead Rise, we got Insidious, we got I can't even fucking remember. I think there's an Exorcist house, if I remember correctly. A lot of good stuff. I want it so bad. I want to go down there so bad. It looks like so much fun. But I dig it, man. I dig it. I'm so excited. Yurdy G, you're already sending me cool stuff in the mail, man. I can't I can't ask for any more than that. Oh, you're the best. Yurdy G's the best, though. Go check out his music. And Yurdy G, wait, Kaiju Godzilla production. Well, I'm gonna come back to you in 2 seconds. I got a bone to pick with you, Mr. Yurdy G. You took down one of my favorite songs of yours that I just realized. I'm literally texting you about that the moment this stream is over. my favorite Yurdy G song, man. I just realized you ended up taking it down, and it just makes me real sad. It's like, oh man, Let Me Breathe is so good. Such a good song. I love it, man. Nate is saying we need a Craven Something Scary or Killjoy Jake cameo and Scream. We got a Dead Meat cam. Well, Dead Meat has 6 million subscribers and I have 18,000. So I'm not too mad about that. I wish I could be in a Scream film. That would be awesome, but I get it. I get it at the same time. I just appreciate the nods to the YouTube community that's so obsessed with these films. There's constant nods in the last 2 movies, and I really dig that. I really appreciate that from the Radio Silence guys. It makes me and many other folks feel heard, and that's great. It's just a wonderful thing that this franchise can keep giving back to its fans like that. Ghostface is saying, hot take, Mindy and Gale are on the chopping block and Tara dies towards 3rd act. I'm going to be honest, I hope so, and it's not because I dislike any of these characters, it's because we have too many fucking characters. There's too many safe characters right now, man. Like, Danny should be added to this list, in my opinion. All these characters should die as well as Danny. I love Gail. I've said it many, many times, and I will say it again. She's my favorite Scream character. That does not mean I dislike her, that I want her to die. It just... Where else are we going to take her story? She should have died in the last movie, frankly. I love Gail, but it would have made sense if she died in that last movie, and I don't know. It's a bit of a shame that they just were like, oh, she's got a pulse. Like, oh, you just want to have your cake and eat it too, I see. Scream franchise, but no, I think hopefully they're setting something up for maybe a more darker ending, which would actually be a big twist, considering how positive the Scream franchise movies usually end. Nate is saying, if you're the king of the rats, I'm the king of the mice. Yes, Nate. We will reign in infamy together with our rats and mice, living in harmony together, working the two nations. That's so funny. Kaiju Godzilla Productions, I promised I would get back to you. We're getting back to you right now. Saying, hey, Jake, how's it going? I just saw some of your Scream videos. Thank you, my friend. And you loved them, and you subbed to me too? Oh my God, I feel so special right now. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. It means the world to me, man. Seriously. A lot of work goes into this channel, so just always means a lot when someone just says, thanks, man. Hell yeah. Appreciate the videos and stuff. So means the world. Thank you. Yes. Am I going to tune into Craven's live stream with Christopher Landon? I'm blocking out the night for that. That's the 11th, right? So that's a Monday, I believe. Yeah, I'm blocking out the day to watch that stream. I'm going to be so real with you guys. I'm so excited for that interview. I'm not even doing anything on my page. I'm just going to promote that fucking stream on Craven's channel. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, there's a YouTuber named Craven Something Scary. He's fantastic, a good friend of mine, such a nice guy, and he got an interview with the director of the upcoming Scream film, Christopher Landon. I am so excited to hear what Chris has to say about the upcoming project and what Craven's going to ask him. So I will absolutely be in attendance. We'll probably send in a super chat as well to say, hello, Chris. I love Happy Death Day and I love Freaky. And I can't wait to see what you do with Scream. So I'm so excited. Check that out on September 11th. I believe that's a Monday. So check it out, man. I don't know. I will absolutely be in attendance in the audience. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. What else is going on? Darth Gutierrez is hanging out with us as well. What's up, man? Welcome. Zoe Crawford is with us. What's up, Zoe? How's it going, man? I would love a Scream 7 parts 1 and 2 with part 1 having a massive cliffhanger. I would love that too, man. Ooh. I want a really fucking evil Ghostface in this movie. Like, I want one that's just fucking vicious. Absolute piece of shit Ghostface. I'm really looking for that in this one. I want that so bad, man. I loved the last movie. The Ghostface portrayal I thought was great. I just thought the reveal was like a little underwhelming. I see what they were trying to do too. Like, I don't think it's a bad setup. I just feel like I don't even want to say it's been done before in this franchise, but I just feel like I kind of saw it coming. I was like, okay, Dermot Mulroney was a little obvious. Quinn was like, okay, that's not bad, but it's kind of just the Roman thing again. It's set up better than the Roman thing, in all fairness. I will give them that. But Ethan was a little obvious. Dermot Mulroney was a little obvious. I wish there was more to that twist. It's not bad though. I don't think it's awful. But I think it's my least favorite reveal in the franchise. I'm excited to see what they do in 7, though. The other thing I like about Scream 6's ending is I think it adds on to Richie Kirsch as a killer big time. Like, I feel like I'm so much more invested in Richie as a killer in 5. It retroactively makes that movie even better, in my opinion, because of 6. So I'm excited to see what they do with 7. I hope it's not more adding on to the Kirsch family stuff. If they do end up having some kind of connection to the last 2 films, I hope it's through the like stab Reddit thing where it's like more of Richie's followers who are running around killing people. I don't know. I'm really curious to see where they end up taking the story in the next one. I just hope it's I don't know. I just hope it's something really fucking scary, pulls the wool over your eyes, and just absolutely shocks you by the time we get to the 3rd act. That's what I'm hoping for. Demon Plaus 69 nice is saying, what if the opening scene Chad and Tara die, with Tara's death topping Casey Becker's Becker. I don't know why I said it that way. Casey Becker's death, and that might cause Sam to snap. I have been pitching this for a while. I would love that. I would love to see Sam go Ghostface. They're setting something up in that regard for the next film, and I want to see what that ends up being. Because once again, I'm so into the idea of Sam going Ghostface in the next movie, but for good reason. You know, not just, they just want to make Sam Ghostface and we want to follow the killer. No, like set it up. You know, have Sam or have Tara actually die in the opening scene. Maybe, but what if Tara and Danny die in the opening scene? So it's not just a repeat of Scream 5's opening, but she actually dies. There's more to it than just that. It's like Danny and Tara get fucking eviscerated by a ghost face. Sam decides to don the fucking costume, go after the person. Somehow she figures it out. And by the end of the first act, a ghost face killer is already fucking dead at the hands of Sam Carpenter. And now we're in for a movie where we have no idea where the fuck it's gonna go. And that's what I want from Scream 7. I don't want same old, same old. I mean, sure, I would settle for like a killer murder mystery if that's what it ends up being. That would be fucking cool. But I feel like Scream 7 has potential to do something maybe even better than anything we've gotten in the past. And I'm excited to see what that ends up being, or what route they end up taking. They're at a crossroads right now, and they got to do something. There's a lot of issues that Scream 6 left us with, and Scream 7's got to find a creative way to solve them. What's that going to be? I don't know. I don't know yet. Spin King Entertainment's with us tonight. What's up? What's up? How's it going? Welcome. I'm fantastic. How are you? Welcome to the stream, my friend. You want to see Andrew Garfield in Scream 7? Ooh, actually not a bad choice at all. He's not like a huge actor, he is, but he doesn't get like as much work. He's doing like more indie stuff nowadays, besides No Way Home, of course. Okay, I could see that. I know it's not confirmed, but I would love to see Andrew in it. That would be cool. Him as a ghost face. Because we all know him as Spider-Man, we all know him as a hero, so it'd be kind of cool to see him play a ghost face killer. Kind of like Jack Quaid. Like, it was cool to see him play a ghost face, even though I know him as like the protagonist from The Boys. I love that. Or what about Anthony Starr? Can we get Anthony Starr in a fucking Scream movie? That would be great. They know Sean. What's up, Sean? How's it going? Still love Ted hitting the bong. That's awesome. What's up, man? Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the stream. The Undead Society is here. Nice. Saying, yo, how would you feel if they do an island-themed Scream film with some Predator, Fantasy Island, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer references? Yeah. Yes to all of those things. That sounds great, man. Shit. I know some people don't like the idea of Scream in a tropical setting because it's like, dude, who's wearing that fucking robe in the middle of that kind of humid heat, I get that. But like also air conditioning exists nowadays. If this was a Scream film that took place in the 60s in tropical weather, okay, you got me there. But we can do chase scenes inside or at night. Like there's ways to do it. Maybe our characters figure out that Ghostface won't attack them during the day and that's when they're safe. I don't know. Melissa's with us tonight as well. What's up? How's it going, Melissa? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Nate saying you never heard of Christopher Landon. Heard this guy is a great movie producer. He's a great director too. I highly recommend. He's written and directed a lot of big movies. He's got his like big start in horror with like the Paranormal Activity sequels, but he directs Happy Death Day, Happy Death Day 2, Freaky. He just did that like Netflix movie about David Harbour as a ghost. I never ended up watching it, but I love his like straight up horror flicks. Those are fantastic in my opinion and very Scream inspired. Like Happy Death Day, maybe I'm spoiling. You know what? I'm not going to spoil it. All I'm going to say is there's something very significant about Happy Death Day that kind of borrows something from Scream. That's all I'm going to say. And it's interesting when you get to that point. Watch it. Watch Happy Death Day. It's a killer movie. Hollywood Guy's throwing $10 out there, man. Thank you so much, Hollywood Guy, for the support, dude. I really appreciate it. Saying most reveals got spoiled by the internet. Imagine all the leaked info for Scream 7. It will hurt the movie for me anyway, and I don't see the core 4 living in Scream 8. Here's what I'll say. I was able to avoid the spoilers. I had multiple people try to send it my way, which I just think is so fucking rude. Considering it's like literally my job to not know these things before going into a movie. So big middle finger to all those folks. But what I will say is I never got it spoiled. I avoided it. And it's like literally my job to to talk about these things. And, there's a bunch of people online that try to send it my way. So do your best to avoid the leaks. I avoided it for both Scream 5 and Scream 6 somehow by the skin of my teeth. And I also, here's the other thing, too. I had a bunch of people who would come into the live streams and be like, it's Annika. It's Annika and Quinn. Or it's Dermot Mulroney and Ethan. And then nobody was right. Everyone who I blocked who ended up doing that, nobody was 100% correct about it. So I was like, I don't know. I really don't know who it's going to be. So that made it more mysterious, honestly, because I got so many people just kind of claiming they knew shit about it. So I don't know. I mean, if something does end up coming out about Scream 7, that would suck, but it's happened with the last 2 films. It maybe is inevitable. I hope not. I hope it doesn't fucking happen, of course. But if it does, just avoid the internet. Like, I can't, this is so counterproductive, but avoid my channel. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I should probably stop streaming after a fucking, after a leak comes out, but it's so hard for me to just not stream. Like, I love it. It's so much fun. This is why I do what I do, is so I can talk with all of you folks about horror movies. So, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And regarding the core 4 living through, into Scream 8, I believe at least one of these characters will die moving into in Scream 7 at some point. I don't see them all living through that. If they do, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's going to be disappointing, in my opinion, if all 4 of them make it through this next movie. It's a slasher movie at the end of the day. Sure, are we going to have feel-good emotional moments? Yes, that's what Scream is known for, but you can't have those without a little bit of darkness. What would be the point? Why are we going to the movie theater if everyone's just going to live through ghost face attacks? As Randy said, you know, the killers have got to get more brutal and elaborate as we move into future movies. I'm paraphrasing the hell out of them, but we need that. We need more brutal ghost faces, more brutal kills, more deaths as we get into deeper sequels. You got to be able to top yourself every single time. Don't just give me the same movie again. So I couldn't agree more, Hollywood Guy. I don't see all of them living, but I think Sam should live. I think Sam and maybe Chad should live, and if the rest of them go, I'll be all right with that. I'm evil, though. I got an evil, cold heart, and I want to see characters die because I want to feel emotion. God damn it. I want to feel emotion. I want to feel something at the end of this movie. Hollywood Guy, though, thank you for the $10, my friend. I do really appreciate that. Ooh, Rick, I almost said Hollywood Guy again. Mr. Rick is throwing $2 in there saying they should do a remake of Disturbing Behavior. Ooh. I really like that. Yeah, the Disturbing Behavior was... It's a good movie, but I feel like it could be better. You know, I think it could use a remake, I think for sure. It's got a great concept. It's very similar to... Well, is that another movie I feel like I'm spoiling? Do I care, though? This is a movie that's, like, very old. Happy Death Day is, like, 2017. If you haven't seen that, you know, it's like, okay, that's all right. You might have missed that. That was, what, like 6 years ago? But this was like 20-some years ago. It's very like assimilation kind of thing that's going on in this like little island town. That's kind of the big twist. They could do that better. They could do that better nowadays, I think. So why not? Why do like a modern take? Why not do a modern take on that? I will say there is a lot of movies from that time period that came out in the wake of Scream that were kind of copying the style. And sometimes, like Disturbing Behavior or The Faculty, they took like old concepts from like B horror movies from like the 50s or 80s or whatever and kind of just applied that Scream tone to it. And I feel like this is one of those movies. This falls under that umbrella. Not saying that's a bad thing by any means. You know, some of the best horror movies of all time take a concept from something else and just spin it their own way. Nothing bad about that at all, but it would be tough to just not remake like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers or something and then just make it a little more teen focused. So I'm not against that, but I feel like that would be the route that they would end up taking. So I love Disturbing Behavior, though. I think it's got a great cast. James Marsden, and I can't remember the dude who's like his buddy, but a big standout role from that character for sure. So nice, man. Hell yeah. Let's see a remake of that happen. We're getting one for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Let's do one for that one too. Mr. Rick, thanks for the $2, man. I appreciate it. Or what about Urban Legend too? Urban Legend would be great. JJ saying you're a clown, but I love you, Killjoy. Thank you, man. I even got a big old red nose. Look at this fucking thing. Look at this schnoz I got on my face. Jesus. This is all. If someone ate my face, like if a cannibal got to me, I think the nose would satisfy them. I'm going to be honest. This thing's fucking gigantic. Nate is saying mask comes off. I ain't no friendly neighborhood Spider-Man anymore. Andrew Garfield Ghostface. That would be pretty funny. There would have to be a Spider-Man reference if he goes Ghostface in a movie. Come on, you got to do something. Jack Quaid is your guy. Love him, man. He's great. He's amazing. He's fantastic in everything. Even in his like very minimal role in Oppenheimer, he's really good. But hell yes, Chris, love me some Jack Quaid. Want to see him in more stuff for sure. What else do we got? What else is hanging out? Who else is hanging out in the chat here? Matt's World is saying, hey, Jake, do you think Sam will die in Scream 7? So So I want Sam. Here's the thing. I want Sam to live. I want her to live, but if it makes sense with the story for her to die, then that's what the story calls for. I love Sam. I feel like she is just a killer final girl character. The concept of the character is so well done and executed so well, especially in Scream 6. I'm not gonna lie, when I found out she was Billy's daughter, I was like, really, we're really doing this? Okay, whatever, fine, fuck it. But the way they execute it, I feel like, is really well done. The only thing I'm not crazy about with her character is when she's talking to Ghost Billy in the fucking mirror and all that. You could leave that behind, whatever. If she has some kind of killer instinct in her, you don't need to explain that because she's related to a past killer. You can just say she wants to kill people, and maybe she goes Ghostface in a future movie. Keeping that mysterious, I think, has been so much fun in the last two films. But now we got to go somewhere with that in Scream 7. And I really hope they do. It doesn't even necessarily mean she has to be the killer. It just means we got to end up going somewhere with that. I pitched my idea about Vigilante Sam, where she's just going after all these ghost faces, just killing them, not even reporting it to the cops, just murdering these people online who are saying they're going to go Ghostface and kill people. I think that would be really cool. That would be a really compelling story to see. I would love to see something like that. I just don't want to see... I don't want to see same old in Scream 7. I don't want to see Scream 6 again. That's another thing. I want to see a brand new style of movie. Whatever Christopher Landon ends up doing, I just hope it's... I just hope it's brutal. I hope it's something that just feels like fresh blood. It feels like something where we haven't cut into this section of Scream yet. I felt so many of those aspects in Scream 6, and I want to feel even more of those in Scream 7. What other avenues can you explore? There's so many things set up in the background that I feel like are just so well done. Let's see more of that in this new one. Fabian, I can't pronounce names, I'm terrible at that, is saying if Neve Campbell retires the role of Sidney Prescott, who should replace her? Oh, no one else can play Sidney Prescott. Oh, no. Oh, no one else can play Sidney. No. But can more final girls come in and step into the role of the final girl for Scream? Yes, absolutely. It's already been done with Sam. I think she's great. Melissa Barrera's a killer, next step for the franchise. But, after 3 movies, I think the next step after that is even to replace Sam now, which I don't know. I feel like some people hear this and they're like, what? Scream is nothing without Sidney Prescott. And I'm like, well, but Scream 6 is pretty good. But Scream 6 is pretty fun, man. And I love Neve Campbell. I want to see her back for Scream 7 because I feel like we got to finish out the legacy arc. But after that, I want a brand new story. I don't even want the core 4 back. I feel like we've told that story after Scream 7, and hopefully they finish it out. Don't do the thing that every other requel trilogy has done and try to just continue the story ambiguously. No, just give us a definite ending here. Do the Scream 3 thing. If there's one thing I can applaud Scream 3 for doing is trying to end the story right there and then. And, obviously there's more story after that, but I appreciate what Scream 3 did. It was a very, very finite, or very final, not finite. I liked that about the ending of Scream 3. It's fun. It's a little cheesy having Dewey propose to Gale after fighting the entire movie, but I like most of the ending. It's fun. I'm just your friendly neighborhood Ghostface. It's me, Andrew Garfield. I'm pissed that people don't like the Amazing Spider-Man, so that's why I'm enacting my revenge in a Ghostface costume. Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny shit. Fave comedic sequence in the Scream franchise? Very specific question. Very interesting. I really like Randy in the video store. That's probably my favorite. Because, I feel like there's moments in a lot of the Scream sequels that are just comedic to be comedic. I just feel like that's a missed opportunity, especially because then there's moments in the first Scream where it's this is a very silly sequence with Randy screaming about everybody's a suspect. It's super funny, but at the same time, it's telling you so much about what's going on in Randy's head, furthering the plot. It's not just a silly scene for silly scene's sake. Scream 2, you have that sequence where fucking Derek just gets up and starts singing, and I bet they thought that was hilarious. And every time I just roll my eyes. The killer in that movie is dancing to this fucking song like a dumb little, like a little asshole. And I'm just like, what are you doing, man? No, you're not dancing to this shit. I hate that scene. I just can't get into that. I feel like I wish that was cut. That should have been cut from the movie. But I think that's what some of the sequels are missing is if there's a comedic sequence, have it further the plot. Don't have a sequence my rule of thumb with writing a movie sequence is it should never serve for just one purpose. Like, you can throw more shit in there and make it funny, make it further the plot, make it build the character more so something makes sense later on. You got to give me more than just one thing in a scene. It's possible. Good writers can find ways to do that. Hollywood Guy is saying, I see Kirby doing that. She can hide the killings because of her job. Maybe Kirby and Sam could like team up or something, and like they're going after all the ghost faces. It would make sense. I mean, considering what's been set up with Kirby's character in the last movie, she wants to be scarier than the villains, as she says. So why wouldn't she help Sam in this crusade she has against some of the upcoming ghost faces? That would make sense. That would be fun. I think that would be cool. I want to see it executed correctly, because that could fall on its face, and that would be bad. But I hope that doesn't happen. Next Gen Studios is saying they should plan 2 parts without telling people, then end on a cliffhanger. Then a post-credit scene teasing Sydney's return in the finale. That'd be fun. Yeah, why not? As long as it's written well. You know, as long as it's one of those things that lends itself to a 2-parter. Don't just give me 2 parts to do 2 parts, you know? I need something where it's like, this story clearly has more to tell. I think about the Spider-Verse movie that came out this year, Across the Spider-Verse. Like, yes, there is more story to tell there. Holy shit, you just set up so much with that ending. If they just do a 2-parter to do a 2-parter like how Fast X did, because they just want to keep that story going for whatever reason, then I'm going to be disappointed. But throw something at me right at the end that clearly lends to a bigger story at hand here. And don't make it Stu coming back, dear God. Give me a big reveal that leads to, oh shit, this is going to fill an entire movie. Ghostface gets away at the end. Our characters are left bleeding out on the ground. And then it's like, who can save them now? Maybe Sidney Prescott? I don't know. That could be fun. I'd be down for something like that. But lend yourself to a bigger story. Don't just give me the same old Scream format. That just won't work. The Undead Society is saying, what if Wes would have gone Ghostface? That would have been really cool. I saw someone post the other day about what if Wes and Chad had been the Ghostface killers in Scream 5. And I'm not necessarily against that. That would have been cool. I think Wes was kind of set up to be a red herring, and they didn't end up going anywhere with that. I wish they would have, though, because they made it seem like he was in love with Tara, and a few like random nothing lines that I like. It's like, okay, I see what you guys were trying to do, but could have been done better. Especially if Wes and Jen if Wes and Tara had just shared a scene together, you could have gotten that all across. But they, I don't even believe they talk in the film. I think like Wes is there in the hospital room in Scream 5, but I don't think they ever like really exchange any suspicious dialogue, I feel like we could have done that better instead of just having all the characters ripping on Wes saying like, oh, you like Tara, so you're clearly Ghostface. Like that's, I don't know. Okay, come on. We could have done something better than that. But I wouldn't have been against it. I think Wes would have been a cool choice because he's the son of a legacy character. I would like to know more about the Hicks family too. Who's his father? It's a curious thing we never got to explore. I wonder. Maybe we get an answer to that in another movie. Super off topic, but have you seen Doom Patrol? And if not, you should. By far the best comic book TV series I've ever seen. It's good. It's really good. Brendan Fraser is amazing in it. I've seen the first season. I haven't seen past that, but I really liked it. It was really fun. I think I'm just kind of burnt out on comic book, like superhero stories. I think that's kind of why I dropped it, but it's good. It was good. Like didn't drop it because it was bad. I've seen so many stories very similar to that. So I'm just kind of like, okay, like this is good, but I'm just exhausted with superhero style team up movies like that of any sort. It is good though. If you like that kind of style of movie, TV show, whatever, I highly recommend Doom Patrol. It does not get talked about enough. Yes, I do agree. I do agree, Eric. Hell yes. Chosen Vader Onan is saying, owner is saying, hey Jake, I hope this is not the final chapter, because I feel like a Scream 8 is more of a final chapter in your opinion. You just want an even like new 4 movies to go with, like 4 Wes Craven films, 4 new movies is kind of your thing. I'm still with Jamie Kennedy on all this. I feel like Scream can go on forever. You can always write a new killer that comes around, that comes after new characters. If they're pissed about stab movies, if they're just, personal vendetta, something, write some kind of motive that just hasn't been done before. There's plenty of them. There's millions of reasons to want to kill people. So make millions of ghost faces that could come after different characters. So I'm with you. I feel like Scream 7 shouldn't be the final chapter. Give us more. Show us more movies. Show us more ghost faces in different cities and towns all over the world. That would be fun. And I don't feel that way about every franchise. I really don't. The only one this is one of the only franchises I feel like should go on forever. There are some franchises that I feel like have outstayed their welcome, like maybe Halloween. But even then, after Halloween ends, I'm like, man, I would love another just Michael Myers focused movie with good characters, you know, and a good plot where it's not just the town screaming evil dies tonight. I would love another one of those, honestly. Nate is saying Scream 100. I've always had a thing for you, Sid. I'm back. It's me, Stu, and Scream 100. That's when they're going to reveal I'm back. It's like Cyber Stu. It's got like a fucking, he looks like RoboCop. His like face is all stretched over like a fucking fucking cyborg metal shit. You know, that'll happen. I guarantee you. Like if we get to Scream 100, someone's gonna get in there. One of the Stu fans is gonna get in there and make that happen. Antonio Miller is asking my opinion on the Chucky TV show. I'm just not crazy about it. I wish I was. I wish I liked it. The first 3 Child's Play movies I feel like are bangers, one after another. Child's Play 2 has always been my favorite from that franchise. And I really like Bride of Chucky too. I think Bride of Chucky is really fun, but the series kind of loses me a little bit at Seed of Chucky. Curse is great, in my opinion. Great comeback. Cult is mostly good, kind of loses me in the back half. And then I feel like the whole show is just that pushing it too far goofiness of Seed of Chucky and the ending of Cult of Chucky. And I'm not crazy about it. I wish it was, I don't know. I just don't feel very compelled by any of the characters. I love that it focuses on an LGBTQ plus couple, which is cool. I love that kind of representation, and the kills are fantastic too. Those are the 2 big things I love about the show, but I just don't feel like the narrative is very strong at any point, really. And that's so harsh. You know, I hate saying that about the show, but I want it to be good. You know, I don't want it to, I want to root for these things and I want to be constructive, and my constructive criticism of the show is I wish they would write better characters. The way that they've taken the legacy characters to now, I feel like sucks. Like I'm just not into what they're writing with these characters versus what they gave us in the movies. So I want to see them course correct. I really do. I'm rooting for Chucky season 3, but it just looks like more of the same. Chucky's like fucking, he's messing with the president now and some shit. I'm like, this just looks like more goofiness, man. This looks like more absurdity that just, I can't get into. I want to see like a grounded Chucky story like how he did in the first 3 Child's Play movies. I mean, sure, are they a little absurd? Yes, of course they are. Oh my God, the ending of Child's Play 2 is super absurd, but it's enough, like it's just enough to the point where it's not pushing it overboard into absolute chaos and nonsensical insanity that the show has kind of become in season 2. But I'm really rooting for it. I really am. I love Don Mancini. I just feel like he needs an editor. That's my only thing. He needs a bit of an editor, in my opinion. Everyone does too. You know, everyone pushes things too far. My script right now was way too fucking weird. Like, and I will gladly admit that I'm working on. And I needed some edits. I needed some more character development because I wanted to just do some crazy weird shit too. But everyone needs an editor and to find what's wrong with your script. I remember listening to Stephen King's On Writing a long time ago, and he said that if you have something that you've written and you're very proud of, you should show it to 5 friends. And if those 5 friends come back to you all with the same note, you should change that thing about your screenplay. I feel like there is egotistical writing in the show that I just can't get behind. That feels like they won't, whoever's writing it, you know, there's different writers on every episode, admittedly, that they just won't, there's no compromise. There's no like, okay, well, we have to tell a good human story here or this isn't going to work. And I just feel like the human story is always tossed to the side where all the Chucky nonsensical fuckery is always the focus of the show. And I just can't get into that. Anyone can write, you know, Chucky decides to blow up a house. Chucky decides to go to the White House. Anyone could write that. Chucky goes to space. It's not impressive in my opinion. I want to see something that I'm compelled by. It holds my interest. And I just don't feel that about the show right now. Mr. L is saying it's only a matter of time before we get a Scream film called Ghostface. That would be a cool way to rebrand too after Scream 7. If they decide to take on new characters if we're done with the legacy characters at that point, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling. It would be cool just to call it Ghostface and move on with brand new types of characters. That would be great. I would really be interested in that. That would be fun. What about a prequel film titled Woodsboro? Just one film, not 2 or 4 or even 26. I'd be into it, but prequels always kind of shoot themselves in the foot. You know, like if you were to do that, you would have to focus on just the Maureen Prescott murder. Maybe there were some other characters that we haven't known about that got killed during the time period too, but what else would they do? You know, that's my thing. I feel like it would just be a drama about like some of the stuff that they didn't want to show us in Scream 1 because it was just, you know, set up for that film. So I don't know if we need a prequel. I don't know if we need anything explained. We've had so much of this talked about in like Screams 1 through 3. We're even still talking about some of this shit in Scream 6. I don't know. I don't know if we need that necessarily, but it would be fun. I wouldn't be against it. I would totally watch it. That's one thing I'll tell you. Next Gen Studios is saying season 3 looks darker than season 2. You're getting cult vibes. They did say it would be the scariest season. I wish I saw that in the trailer we got today, but it just looks really goofy. Like we're at the White House. The fucking president has. Why does the president have a Chucky doll? Like what is happening here? I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Next Gen Studios. I'm just not getting that vibe from the trailer. It looks even goofier than the last season. And, you know, in all fairness, I didn't finish season 2. I couldn't. I really tried, and I couldn't get through it. But I hope it's darker. I hope it focuses more on the story elements, but I just feel like that's not going to be the case. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm dead wrong, though. I hope you're right, Next Gen. But I don't know. I'll give episode 1 a chance, but that's as far as I'm getting into it, frankly. Martin Vargas is saying, Stab it is. Stab it is. Call it Stab. Just start making Stab movies at this point. Fuck it. Oh, man. I just want something good from Scream 7, man. I just want it. I just want something good, man. Give me a good reveal. Give me a good ghost face. Give me some good character development. Show me something for Sam, whoever lives from the core 4. Give me a good development of their character, and not just the same, not just like the two ends of the spectrum we got with Sam and Tara's relationship from Scream 5 and Scream 6, which admittedly I'm not saying it's poorly written at all. I just feel like it's kind of the same thing, but the opposite. Like in Scream 5, you know, for instance, it's the issue is Sam wasn't there during Tara's childhood, during this assumably abusive family life that they come from. And Sam just kind of left Tara in the dark. You know, that sucks. And Sam amended that by the end of Scream 2022. Now the opposite problem is had. Sam is being too overprotective of her sister, is being there too much for her. She's over complicating the situation. And I think that's great. Like, that's actually really well done writing, moving from one film to the next. But what do they do now? You know, what do we do now that both sides of that have been explored? I say you kill Tara. Because now we're finally at a very good place with the two sisters. Kill Tara and then make this make this tragic opening to Scream 7 maybe blossom into something positive in the back half of the film. But who knows? Who knows what the writers end up doing? But I think that would be kind of fun. That would be a fun new place to take it, because I just can't see any more conflict happening between the sisters. I mean, they could write something in, you know, maybe Danny breaks up with Sam or something, and like Sam's all sad and Tara has to comfort her. But I just feel like it's more compelling if a character dies. We gotta, once again, just always making things continuously crazier throughout films, but keeping it grounded at the same time. That's so important. So important to a good end of a trilogy, I think. Game Breakers. What's up, Game Breakers? How's it going? Saying, Jake, what are your thoughts on a Scream on a cruise ship and Gale dying in Scream 7? You think that's going to happen? Scream on a cruise ship sounds fucking awesome. I'm all about that. That would be very scary. I'm horrified of going on cruise ships. I don't know if I've ever talked with you guys about this before, but I'm terrified of the open water, being in the middle of the ocean. I would, like, nothing is going to get me on a cruise ship. I couldn't do it. I'm down for going on boats. Like, I'm down for going on like a little boat into, you know, in the ocean somewhere. But if you're so far out you can't even see land, I don't know. I just can't do that shit. Scares the fuck. That's the thing I'm scared of the most, is being in the middle of the ocean with nothing in sight. You know, possibly a shark coming up and grabbing me and eating me. No way. Can't do it. That's the thing that scares me the most. Couldn't do it. So that would be a really scary setting, in my opinion. Ghostface throwing you off of a cruise ship and leaving you behind. What an upsetting way to fucking die, man. Just left for dead out in the middle of nowhere. And Gale, I feel like probably should die in Scream 7, which I know, a hot take. Some people hear that and they're like, but she's Gale Weathers, dude. Like, you can't kill Gale Weathers. And I ask you why. Like, why can't I kill Gale Weathers? Is it because she's an awesome character? Because I agree, she is an awesome character. But sometimes awesome characters need to die. You know, just I feel like it would be a fitting conclusion for Gale considering the choices she's made as a character. We've set it up almost perfectly to kill her at this point, I feel. And if it wasn't for Scream 6, I might have a different opinion. Like, I think during the Scream 5... like, after that came out and we were talking about it, I'm like, okay, maybe Gale doesn't deserve to die. But now I kind of feel like she does with what happened in Scream 6. I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing in the next one, but I feel like she's got to go. I don't know. I love Courtney Cox. She's amazing. She's my favorite character too. Gale Weathers is my favorite. Like, out of all the characters, even Sidney Prescott, I like Gale Weathers more, frankly. I think her arc is so well written. How she slowly gets softer through each movie and, you know, kind of warms up to Dewey a little bit. And then the moment Dewey dies, she reverts back to her old self. I was shitting on the Scream 6 portrayal of Gale for a while, but it makes a lot of sense the more I think about it. I hate it for some reasons, but I think I love it more. I'm leaning more towards I actually really love it. It makes sense. With how she's dealing with her trauma, she's reverting to her old self. I think that's really interesting and upsetting. And I'm not even saying we should punish the character by killing her. I just feel like because she's reverted back to her old ways, that means she might die. Look at Randy in Scream 2. He is perceived to us at first as being very confident, very like, oh, you know, I'm at college, I'm reinventing myself, where he was kind of annoying when we met him in the first Scream movie. But as the killings start to happen through Scream 2, he starts to revert back to his old self. He's talking a little more in people's faces. He's talking about horror movies and trying to, you know, get in people's faces and all that and just be really obnoxious. I feel like the same thing happened to Gale here in Scream 6, and we didn't end up doing anything with that. Like, Randy died, and I really like it. It's good writing. I hate that Randy died. I would think he would have been amazing in fucking in Scream 3 for sure, but it makes sense with what ended up happening with his character. And it would have made sense if Gale died in Scream 6 too, I think, for literally the same reason. So, I don't know. I feel like they were trying to have their cake and eat it too a lot in Scream 6, but most of it works for me. They're just Gale not dying and some things in the ending I feel like should have been changed. But Gale's probably got to go in the next one is my thinking. As upsetting as that is, trust me, it upsets me. I don't want her to die, but some things have to happen. Mr. Ellis saying, what's worse than being on a cruise ship at night, being in the water at night? Just imagine feeling something touching your foot, the paranoia. Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I would rather... No way, man. You can't get me on a cruise ship. That shit's way too fucking scary. I couldn't do it. That's open water, man. Fuck that movie. Oh, no. No, that scares the hell out of me. Perry Moberg is throwing $5 out there. Perry, as always, thank you so much, my friend, for the support. Saying, I just read American Psycho, the book. If the movie was like the book, it would be gorier than Terrifier 2. No joke. I've read it twice. Grisly stuff. So I've never read the book, but I've heard this before, that it's just a really grisly slasher movie that takes place in, you know, upstate New York. Or not, that's not correct. Like Wall Street area, New York. Upstate is outside of the city, I think. So I'm really into that. That's really fucking cool. Even then, though, American Psycho does get pretty fucking gory during that one sequence. So I love it. That is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. It's so fucked up, and it's just so hard to watch Patrick Bateman, who thinks he's so cool, but he's just such a loser. He's such a loser that fucking ruins his own life, and then, oh, all of it's fixed by the end of the movie. What does this all mean? I love it. I love that movie so much. So thought-provoking, so fucking scary, so upsetting. It's a great movie. But I would love to see a gorier version. I don't think they can remake this movie, personally. I don't think they can touch it. Christian Bale's performance is like a 10 out of 10. But, fuck. It's so upsetting, man. Thank you for the $5, though, man. I really appreciate it. I got to read that book. I really do. I got to sit down and read that. It's one of my favorite movies. Would love to read the book it's based off of. Thank you for the $5, though, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Sarah Campbell's hanging out with us tonight. What's up, Sarah? Saying, I watched the USS Indianapolis and I will never recover. I don't even think I could watch. I don't think I could do it. It's too scary, man. That's too much for me. Like I can watch a, crazy horror movie, killer clown ripping people to shreds and all that. I can do that all day, but people in water, no. Like I said, open water. It's not even that scary of a movie, but to me, I can't even do it. Juicy Fear 2 is hanging out with us tonight with a little Fortnite icon. I dig it. I played too much Fortnite in my free time. Saying, do you know what's going on with Wolf Creek 3? I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I remember it got announced. I believe a lot of it got filmed and the movie's like cut. I just don't think we've gotten a release date. I don't know too much about it though, in all fairness. I've really just heard things about it. Haven't done all my research. But maybe one day I'll do a video on this. Would like to talk about it. Those Wolf Creek movies they're interesting. I'm not crazy about them, but first one's got some scary moments for sure. Casey Tibbs is with us too. What's up? What's up? You're watching Terrifier 2? Nice. That's like one of my favorites. Love that movie. So gross. Oh my God, I'll never get over that alley scene. I can't wait to see it on the big screen again in November. Like I'm like fucking foaming at the mouth in anticipation for checking that one out again. Oh, it's so good. And they got a new Steelbook coming out too, which I'm on the fence about buying because it just looks really cool. Goku Cena, so almost like John Cena, an invisible Goku, essentially, is saying, since we got Ghostface with a shotgun in 6, what if we get Ghostface with a chainsaw? Oh, most people already know my thoughts on Ghostface with a chainsaw. The opening kill to my Scream fan film was Ghostface with a chainsaw. I love it. I love that idea so much. That would be cool. I also feel like a chainsaw is just a very, I don't want to say a stereotypical horror movie weapon, but when you think of horror movies and slashers, like I feel like the thing that a lot of media gets wrong hilariously about like Jason and Texas Chainsaw is that they oftentimes will merge these two characters into one. The Simpsons, I think, for instance, has like a moment where I think it's Homer with like the hockey mask and a chainsaw running in, and it's like, that's not right. Jason has never used a chainsaw, or really, I don't think he's ever used like a gas-powered weapon on screen before. If I remember, I think it's 7. He uses like a weed whacker or something, if I'm remembering correctly, but he's never used a chainsaw. I can tell you that much. So Ghostface with a chainsaw would be fun. I feel like it's almost like kind of commentary on the genre in a lot of ways. Well, when we think of slashers, we think about him running around with a chainsaw, and I feel like that's because Leatherface is just so iconic at the ending of the original TCM, chasing after Sally, to the highway and all that. I feel like that's where that comes from. It's these two scary mental images in our heads kind of merging into one, which I love. I think that's a lot of fun. It's interesting how that works. Catbread is speaking the truth here, saying hashtag we need Scream 7. Fuck yes. Yes, my friend. I need it in my eyeballs right now. Think about this too. We might be getting Scream 7 and Terrifier 3 at the same time next year, which I'm almost not even against that. Even if they film it in fucking January or whatever, like Q1, I don't care. I just want to I know, I've said my whole thing about take your time on this next movie, don't rush it out. But if we get it in October of 2024, whatever, I'm like, what can I do about it at this point? I'm just excited to see whatever they come up with. I just hope it's good. I hope they take their time on it. They give us something really well done. I look at Scream 6 and I'm like, this would have been fucking fantastic if they had just spent a little longer in on certain things. Like the score, I feel like is way better than Scream 5. I think that a lot of the kills are better than Scream 5. Some of the character development is so much better. I don't know. Like it could have been the best, like without a doubt, the best sequel for that reason. But I feel like 6 and 4 go back and forth in my mind for the best Scream sequel. Love 4 so much too. Like it's really hard to say I don't like 4. Hollywood guy doesn't like Fortnite, apparently. That's okay. I wasn't crazy about it for a while, but I do no build personally. I'm a no build Fortnite player. The building fucking sucks because like you'll be shooting somebody and then bam, they have a fort, and it's like, okay, well, god damn it. I'm terrible at building too. Like I can't do that shit, but I just like shooting people in the game. That's what I enjoy. It's just fun. Get on with some buddies, bullshit, and run around the map. It's fun. It's a fun time. I don't have a whole lot of time to play video games either, and I don't have the money to keep up with that because, oh my god, it's an expensive hobby. But Fortnite's free. and anyone can play it. You know, it's fun. I think that's cool for that reason. What else do we got here? Game Breakers is also saying, so Jake, I've been seeing a lot of things on the location for Scream 7 changing from the winter New York setting. Do you have anything on where Paramount is thinking on doing this, or any of your ideas? So apparently Paramount has come out and said, no, we're not filming in Montreal again. I don't, here's the thing. I'm not necessarily against that. I really liked that we went to New York City with Scream 6. If Scream 6 was in Woodsboro again, I might have been disappointed. I don't know. I don't even think Scream 5 should have taken place in Woodsboro, personally. But I want to see a new setting. I would have been okay with New York in the snow. That would have been cool. You know, the city is very different during that time of year versus October. So it's like, okay, I could get behind that. That would be cool. But I kind of want a new setting. Like, some people see it as gimmicky, but I feel like if we would have been, you know, eating pizza slices, going to the Empire State Building, you know, fucking taking pictures of the Statue of Liberty, that would have been gimmicky. But we didn't do those things in Scream 6. Some people were so upset. They're like, this just doesn't feel like New York at all. Like, it's such a poor representation of the city. And to that, I just say, what did you want? Did you want these people who have been living there for a year to be, let's go to the Statue of Liberty and have a chase scene there? That would have been so gimmicky. Like, I would have hated that. That works in, like, Jason Takes Manhattan. Like, that would have worked for that movie, but not for Scream 6, you know? I don't know. But I want a new setting. I love the winter setting idea. I think that's fucking great. I don't even care where. Like, as long as we get Ghostface in the snow, I think that would be really fun. I've suggested a cabin in the woods, like a big, you know, like think a big cabin, like a mansion size thing. Maybe the core four is going there for a vacation, something like that. And we have some of our other familiar characters that tag along for the ride, as well as some new characters. You'd have to have a big cast. You got to have a big cast for this new one. I'll tell you that much. I'm immediately going to be upset with the film if they only add like 4 new characters. Like, you got to have a lot. And it should be relatively hard to figure out who it's going to be. I remember going into Scream 6, I was dead set on Josh Segarra being the killer. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's going to be Ghostface. Come on, it's got to be him. I want that again for this new movie. And we got to, like, I can't stress it enough. We got to kill some of these characters, man. It's getting too nuts, man. It's getting too nuts. Too many folks out there are surviving these movies. Got to kill some of them eventually. And how can you do a mystery when you have like 8 characters that aren't Ghostface? That's just, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. Yeah, you hate the building in Fortnite too? Yes. 0 build all day, every day, man. It's the way to do it. RJ is watching Evil Dead Rise on HBO right now. Very nice. Killer flick, man. I fucking loved it. It's one of my favorites of the year. Juicy Fear 2's throwing $2.99 out there. Thank you so much, my friend. Saying, have you seen It's Always Sunny? It's hilarious. Maybe my favorite sitcom of all time. Like, I fucking love it. I just finished season 16 last night, and I don't know how they just keep doing it, but season 16 is phenomenal almost all the way through. There's only like one episode I wasn't crazy about in the whole new season. And I mean, these guys have been doing this since the early thousands, and it's still so funny. And you know why it's so good too? And it's the same reason why I'm starting to have issues with the Scream franchise moving into new movies, is because they constantly are reinventing themselves. Sure, it's the same 5 characters you focus in on every single time, but like Mac, for instance, from the show, is totally different than how Mac was like 5 seasons ago. They're portraying Mac as like the dumbest one out of the group now in season 16. And I think that's a really interesting development for the character. I'm like, ooh, that's a weird way to take this. Okay, fuck it. And it serves a lot of the comedy in that new season, big time. Especially in the Frank versus Russia episode, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil it because, my God, that's so fucking funny. But yes, Always Sunny season 16, fantastic. I love the whole show. I recommend the whole thing. I'm trying to think, the last episode, Dennis takes a mental health day. That is like 100% my reasoning of why I want Glenn Howard in to play Freddy Krueger. Like, that's why. That is why he should play the character. That is how he's so crazy. Performance is so well done in that movie. I don't know. He should be number 1 for playing Freddy in the future. But yes, love the show, man. My favorite sitcom of all time. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. Thank you. If I wasn't doing a Scream focused channel now, I would probably do an Always Sunny focused channel, because I I think that show is just so phenomenal. It rarely misses. There's only like a couple of episodes, maybe like 5 or 6 episodes that I feel like are just misses, but the rest of them are fucking hilarious. Okay, I got one more question. I think old Jake's gonna be logging off. Just wanted to do a quick stream, kind of just to say, hey, I'm taking the next couple of days off because I am so tired. Jake's been working on a short film called Raccoon, which hopefully we'll be shooting next month. It might be coming out in November opposed to October now, but we'll see about that. Things are tentative at the moment with Project Periscope. But another thing I will say is I'm currently working on a YouTube channel called Project Periscope. It's every single month there will be a brand new horror short. I can't say that word for some reason. Horror short on that page. And the first one comes out tomorrow morning. It's called Artificial. It was written and directed by my buddy Andrew Oliver. I was the first AD on the film as well as the producer. And it kicks ass. It's fucking sick. I'm so excited for you guys to see it tomorrow, so go subscribe. We're nearly at 200 subscribers. We might have actually hit it during the stream. I'm not 100% sure. And Sarah gifted some memberships during the stream as well, which I just saw. Thank you so much, Sarah. Really appreciate that. I want to see this real quick. Yeah, Project Periscope is at 201 subscribers, and we only have a video up there. Thank you guys so much for checking it out already. But go subscribe and check out our movie tomorrow morning. We'll have one up there every single month. So I'm so excited. We have so many crazy projects in the works for that one, and fuck, you guys are gonna shit when you see where all this is going. That's all I'm gonna say. So thank you guys so much for streaming with me tonight. We'll be live again sometime tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. Can you guys tell I'm losing energy? Yeah, there we go. But thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks for all the super chats. You guys are the fucking best. And we will talk as we get into September. So enjoy the last day of August, my friends. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.